The Baltimore Ravens and Miami Dolphins face off in prime time. Week 9 Thursday Night Football. We react to every single play live here on the Locked On Ravens Watch Along.
You are Locked On Ravens, your daily Baltimore Ravens podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Ravens. Welcome into the show. I'm your host, Kevin Oestreicher of Ravens Wire, here with you on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thanks so much for being here for this Week 9 Ravens and Dolphins Watch Along. We do this each and every single week, and we already have a kickoff, and this one is there's a big return out to the 40-yard line, so kicking it off right off the jump. Not a great return, not great start for the Ravens, but we're here for you each and every single day here on the Locked On Podcast Network, here on Locked On Ravens with daily Ravens coverage. The Ravens actually lost the coin toss, but the Dolphins will get the ball first, obviously, with Tua out on the field. The Ravens coming off a big win against the Bears in Week 8. The Dolphins coming off a big win against the Falcons in Week 8. So both teams needing to keep their momentum going. This is an absolute must-have here for the Ravens. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins here. Tua takes the snap. Fake, wide open throw to none other than Jalen Waddle, who is brought down by Alohi Gilman. Dolphins already at the Ravens 39, 38-yard line. Waddle's going to be an important name to watch in this one. You have to be able to follow him. Extra O-lineman in there, it looks like, for the Dolphins. And Ravens just lost Waddle and all the shuffle. Some multiple play fakes there, some play action. And we are off to the races here. So not a great start for Baltimore. Need to be a little better than that. A little better than that. All right, 1st and 10. Yep, Ravens 38, 37-yard line. Handoff here to Devon Achane, who gets stuffed up in the middle. John Jenkins, Travis Jones in there. Kyle Van Noy finishing off the play. Oh, we got right off the jump. Right off the jump. So, again, it's still just a minute into this one. Ravens have to do the bend, don't break thing, though. Have to do the bend, don't break thing. So 2nd and 10, you want to keep them behind the sticks again. That's what you want to do. Appreciate everybody for being here, too. We'll get into all that. The game just started right as we started, so we got to get right into the coverage. Here's 2nd and 10. Tua drops back to pass, fires it out in the flat to Achane, who's going to take this ball and run ahead for medium amount. Going to be 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, it looks like. Malachi Starks on the tackle. And going to be 3rd and 6. All right. It'd be big if the Ravens got to stop here. Dolphins kind of in no man's land on this one if they do end up in 4th and 6. Kieran asking Carl Lawson. No, Carl Lawson is not playing. He was not elevated from the practice squad. So here you have Mike Green and Kyle Van Noy on the edge on 3rd down. The Dolphins already take a timeout. Wow. It's big for the Ravens. Looks like some confusion for the Dolphins on that 3rd down play. So Dolphins now only 2 timeouts remaining. Again, the Ravens going to have to be very, very locked in with their pressures like they were last week against the Bears. Again, just while this timeout's happening, so I didn't say in the beginning as the game started, Monday through Friday here on Locked On Ravens, we have you covered with daily Ravens content. That's our regular show, but we also do have these watch-alongs. We'll have the instant reaction show right after the game. Be sure you stay tuned for that. I know it'll be a late one, but be sure you stay tuned for that, plus the Locked On Ravens squad show, which we have twice a week. We'll have that after the instant reaction show. So much content for you here over the course of the night over here on Locked On Ravens. Appreciate you spending some time with me tonight and watching the game with me. It's been really fun to do these. First season doing the watch-alongs, and hopefully we can bring some good luck. I know we haven't done that so far this season, but hey, we have 2 wins under our belt, so hopefully 3 here. Ravens creeping Kyle Hamilton and Marlon Humphrey up towards the line. Hamilton is going to blitz. They're going to run this ball on 3rd down. Achane's going to get the corner. Weird 3rd down play call. I did not like that play call from the Dolphins whatsoever. That was really bad, and now the Dolphins are going to have to either kick a field goal or punt here. I did not like, I mean, look, I'll take it. I mean, Kyle Hamilton frees up. Mike Green is able to beat his guy, and then Malachi comes up with Marlon and gang tackling there. So this will be a kick for the Dolphins, 49 yards. This all happened in a rush. Hopefully this is a miss here. 4th and 4, 49-yarder. Snap, hold, kick. It is good. All right, well, 3-0. Good to hold them. But that kickoff did hurt the Ravens. I want to see a replay of that kickoff. But Malachi starts. Shout out to Malachi. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Bend don't break here. And yep, that's what bend don't break. That's the Ravens' MO. That's their mantra. They bend don't break. It's been a lot of breaking this season so far, but over the past couple of weeks, we have seen them not break as much. So yeah, kickoff kind of did them in on that one, but hopefully that won't be the case throughout the entire game. Man, I feel good about this one. Obviously you can't pencil in a win. You got to play the game, play 60 minutes. But I think this Ravens offense is going to feast against this Dolphins defense. At least I would hope. And, if that is the case, if the Ravens defense did exactly that, hold the Dolphins to a field goal or a punt on every single drive, the Ravens going to be all right. Ravens going to be all right. So appreciate it for everybody being here, waiting on the game to start back up. I do appreciate though the game started on time. Sometimes these games will start at they're scheduled for 8:15 and they'll start at 8:20, 8:25. The NFL, generally that's more so like the NBA. If anybody here watches the NBA or basketball, NBA games, I'm a Nuggets fan, so NBA games, Nuggets play at they're on the West Coast or towards the West Coast, so their primetime games are 10 or 10:30, and they're not starting that thing until 10:45. So I'm glad that the NFL is better about being punctual than some of the other sports are. And Rachel, I appreciate you. We've had this background now for about 2 months, going on 2 months. We've added some stuff like the Penguin doorstop there. We added that a little while ago. We're still adding to it. Going to try to get some lighting and some other stuff just to put on the walls here. But it's been busy. I haven't had time to actually sit down, go through, and focus on what I want to get. So that's the story with the background. But we got the Raven, we got the Maryland crab. This thing is a bird. It's like a carved bird. It's been in my background since the beginning, pretty much. So yeah, that's the story there. All right, now the Dolphins' turn to kick off to the Ravens. I feel like I'm in a dream right now. Oh, that was a weird kick too. That was a little better. All right, Rasheen Ali going to field this one. Ali going to go up past the 30, right about to the 32, 33 yard line. Not a terrible return. And yeah, I see HTH talking. I'm going to try to at least just get the background on the bookshelf purple. That to me is what I'm going to try to do there. But all right, Lamar Jackson takes the field for the first time since the end of that Week 4 game against the Kansas City Chiefs. I have confidence the offense, even if it's a slow start for them, even if they go 3 and out here or don't score on this drive, I have confidence they'll figure it out throughout the game. But we'll see. 1st and 10, hand off to Derrick Henry to start this thing. They stack that up early. It's going to be 2nd and 10. They read that one like a book. They knew it was coming there. There are some guys on this Dolphins defense. They've obviously been dealing with a lot of injuries, but obviously they traded for Minka Fitzpatrick. They have Zach Sealer, who was Isaac Newsom's last ever draft pick. So now I talked about it with the Dolphins, right? This is not a situation you want to be in. You want to stay ahead of the sticks. They did a good job in Week 8 about doing that. 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6s. Now you want to pick up some chunk yards here on 2nd down, get it to 3rd down and manageable here. You don't want to put yourself behind the sticks on a 3rd down. So play clock ticking down, 5 seconds for Lamar. Here's the snap. Lamar, Dolphins sending some pressure, going to go out, and that's exactly what they needed to do. There you go. And you get it out to right about the 40-yard line, so about 6 or 7 yards there. So going to be 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. looks like, and that's third and manageable. There you go. That's what we talk about over here on Locked On Ravens. So don't want to try to pick it all up in one chunk. You can if you want to, but these situations, 3rd and 3 with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, you generally feel pretty good. Not a guarantee, but you generally feel pretty good. So 3rd and 3 for Baltimore. Lamar in the shotgun with Henry. Snap. Dolphins rush 4. Going to go out. Oh, Lamar underthrow. He would have had it too, I think. Lamar would have bad throw. Lamar shaking the rust off, it looks like. Just underthrew Bateman. Bateman probably could have turned upfield and gotten that first down, but the Ravens do go 3 and out on their first drive. It was low for Bateman. That one's on Lamar. Tough throw. So now Jordan Stout has to come, hopefully be a hero again for the Ravens. Flip the field here. Stout's been really good this season. I've been really, really impressed with Jordan this year. So hopefully, here we go. Here's the punt. Jordan's going to kick this one. Booming kick. One's going to bounce, and it's going to take a Ravens bounce right up. Jordan Stout has been unreal. I've seen enough. Get Jordan Stout to the Pro Bowl. Do it. Get Jordan Stout to the Pro Bowl. And that's really underrated. Like the fact that you pin the Dolphins inside their 5-yard line there, your offense goes 3 and out. This is what we saw last week, right? Where Stout pinned the Bears, and then Nate Williams comes up with the big turnover, and then Charlie Kolar scores a touchdown. That's exactly what you need here. That's exactly what you need. So defense needs a good drive here. 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Dolphins are going to get a little bit more breathing room there. That is, who is that? It's Ollie Gordon, I think, right? Yeah, Ollie Gordon. There he is, number 31. Looks like maybe Akwe wanted a holding call on that one. We shall see. But 2nd and 7, so the Dolphins are out past their 5-yard line now, which gives them more room to operate, which is, that's what you want to do. That was the right play call there for the Dolphins. Dolphins going a little heavier still, multiple tight ends, one tight end, guy in the slot, motion. Tua takes the snap. Going to be an out throw. Oh, little juke there. Oh, ball came out. That's a fumble. That's Ravens ball. Alohi Gilman. That's Ravens football. Trying to do too much right there, and the Ravens force a turnover again. I love it. Not giving up on the play. Malik Washington, I think that was. Was that Buchanan? It was Gilman. Buchanan and Gilman. Those are the time. Oh, no, it was T. Washington, not Malik. They have multiple Washingtons. That was huge. It was a good play call, but Washington should have just kept running. He was trying to do too much, and Gilman forced that football out. Really, really, really good play there by Alohi Gilman to give the Ravens the ball back. Huge play. Those are the types of plays that can change games and turn games. He was not down. This is a fumble. This is 100% a fumble. And thankfully, the ball did not go out of bounds. Sheesh, that would have been bad if that ball went out of bounds there. So now, here's 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. It's going to be just short. Just a little bit short. Yeah, the Ravens, thank you for... wait, 2nd down. Nope, it stopped. They went quick. And all right, we don't want to get into this 3rd and 1, 3rd and goal stuff again. Don't want to do this again. Don't want to do this again. 3rd and goal now from the 1. in the 2 now, excuse me. So I could see play action here. I could see likely getting a touchdown. Ricard in motion. Yep, play action. Lamar looking. He's going to fire it up. Incomplete. All right, now's decision time. Now's decision time. Do you go for it here? I think you go for it here. I think you go for it here. I think you do it. I think you go for it. Now, no rollouts. No rollouts. It never works. No rollouts. Please, no rollouts. Play action again. Andrews wide open. Touchdown, Ravens. There we go. I love it. Just like clockwork. Play action here. Andrews just runs into the zone, and that's an easy touchdown. Easy touchdown. I didn't want to have it be a fourth down like we got last time, and then they don't get it, and then you give the momentum back. But I think the Dolphins just gave the Ravens the momentum in this game early. Now they have to hold it, but that's something that they're gonna have to figure out. Now they did roll out, which was not like the straight rollout, but man, Alohi Gilman, unsung hero, and then Lamar rolling out to Andrews. Well, it didn't look like a great start. And then it was. Whew. Turnovers are the name of the game, primetime. I feel you. Yep, defense that force turnovers. It gives your offense opportunities. It adds points onto the board, and it gives your offense some swagger, gives your defense some swagger. So look, Jordan Stout, Alohi Gilman, Mark Andrews. That could be your sequence of the game when we're talking in 2.5 hours, maybe. So huge. Again, we're here on Locked On Ravens doing the Locked On Ravens watch along. We do it during every single game. After the games, we have the instant reaction shows as well as the Locked On Ravens squad show. So be sure you tap in everything we have after this. And of course, appreciate everybody for watching along with me. We got Lamar Jackson. We got Mark Andrews. This is just an all-time duo. They are an all-time. I know people, feel a certain type of way about Mark. I get it. But, the chemistry those two have is undeniable. So I love it. Got to keep the momentum going. Laura's asking where my Halloween costume is. I didn't have enough time to grab it. I don't even know where. So I have this huge toucan head. I don't know. I know where it is, but I don't have enough time. It's under a bunch of boxes. And then I do have another banana hat, but I didn't have enough time to grab it because I have all this other work I had to do. So yeah. Kieran, I don't have the toucan right now. Maybe I'll do a toucan next week for the Vikings game. Because I don't have it right now. I didn't have enough time to grab it. The banana costume is not here with me right now. I know. I need to be in better Halloween spirit. Man. I know. Well, Lohi Gilman, Chargers fans hate him. Ravens fans love him. So, no, Chargers fans are not happy about Gilman. They're saying, why couldn't you do this for us? Because apparently he wasn't there. All right, well, here's another return for the Dolphins. Oh, good coverage there. Keandre Jackson, who the Ravens need to promote to the 53-man if they want to keep him, has been great on special teams. So, Let's see it. And again, the Ravens, this whole Ravens team, if we're being honest, is so momentum based. I wouldn't be shocked if the Ravens just ball out for the remainder of this game, because they get one play like that and that sparks everything for them on all three units. So I think that what in the world was that? Devon Achane going to get to the outside. Gilman misses a tackle. Tua tried to fake the high snap, and Achane gets out to the races a little bit there. So I was away. Tua he's like, whoa, he like jumped up. So Dolphins out now at their own 45. Ravens going a little heavier in this one. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Ravens just kind of take over here, but we have to see. They have to put it together. Toss play here to Achane, who's going to get to the outside again. Gilman's going to miss another tackle, but Achane falls forward. Oh, I guess he stepped out of bounds there. So going to be 2nd and 4 for the Dolphins here. All right, 2nd and 4. Heavy set here for the Dolphins. Extra lineman lines up to the left. Hamilton's going to run up at the line. Oh, Hamilton unblocked. That's what Hamilton does. You might want to block Kyle Hamilton. Just a thought here. Just a thought. Just a thought. I'm just saying. Just a thought. You want to double team Brent Herman, all right, but you want to leave Kyle Hamilton alone. Certainly a choice. Hamilton screamed off the line there too. Screamed off the line. So 3rd and 7. Hamilton. Huge. Ravens sending more pressure to the outside. He's going to get the first down there. Short passing game combats that blitz. So smart play from Tua to get that ball out quickly. Going to be a first down for the Dolphins. They sent Hamilton, Gilman, and Tua. The tight end wasn't even looking for the ball. Tua already had that ball out because he knew he had to get it out. So, but credit where credit's due. Really solid play there from Tua. Tua has not had an incompletion yet. Hopefully we just jinxed that. 1st and 10 over midfield for Miami. Tua going to look. He's going to fire over the middle. Oh, barely missed an interception there from Teddy Buchanan. Threw a little behind Waddle on that play. So look at that. Locked our Ravens jinx. We did the reverse jinx last week. So we're doing the jinxes this week. I'm a big, superstitious guy. So that's where that comes from. He actually maybe would have had Jalen if he put it on him, but was behind him, and Marlon was able to just reach around and come in with a little bit of a swat there. Ball just barely bounced before Teddy could get his hands on it. So 2nd and 10 here. By Miami, I'm doing what I said the Ravens should do. Get to 3rd and manageable. Rip off some chunk yards here, but if you're that defense, don't let it happen. Here's a run with Achane, who's going to take it. Oh, he's going to get more than he's going to get all the way out to the red zone. Man, Achane is a beast. Absolute beast. Tough run defense there. You're going to get the center pulling in the gap. Teddy Buchanan is going to get washed out. Guard gets to Roquan, and Roquan ends up missing the tackle. Marlon forces him out after a big gain there. So got a hold here. Field goal. Again, punter or kick on every drive. You win this game. I'm telling you. All right, here is Ollie Gordon, who's going to plow ahead for a couple of yards. Going to make a 2nd 8, 2nd and 7-ish. Hold them to a field goal. You still feel good if you hold them to a field goal. Second and 7. Dolphins are running some interesting personnel packages here and where they're lining guys up. So 2nd and 7, quick screen out to Ollie Gordon, who's going to pick up a couple of yards to make it 3rd and 5-ish. So, yep, that is going to be what that is. You maybe hear the siren going by. This happens sometimes over here. So, going to be 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4. This is a huge 3rd down. This is a huge 3rd down. You want to hold him to kicks every possession. I'm gonna say it over and over again. Kicks every possession. To an empty shotgun snap here. Gonna take it. Looking, pumping. Oh, but no, he's not gonna. He's gonna be short. Gonna be 4th and 1. Miami could go for this here because I feel like Miami knows that field goals are not going to work against this Ravens offense. I think Miami goes for it here. I would go for it here if I were Miami. They're taking Jalen Waddle off the field. 4th and 1 run plays, I don't like. If they do that, I would feel confident in the Ravens stopping it here. Obviously, I'm not always correct, but 4th and 1 run plays always seem to go south against this Ravens defense. Tua is going to have Ollie Gordon in the backfield with him and HN. He's going to have both running backs flanked. Ravens show him pressure at the line. That was a false start. Yep, that was a false start, and it is going to be a field goal attempt most likely here for the Dolphins. McDaniel is furious. Furious. So Van Noy ended up going a little early, but he didn't cross the line. Look, now. All right, so Ravens forced the field goal, I guess, attempt. 35-yarder here. Snap, hold, kick. No good. He missed it. Oh, man. Wow. That's a huge break for the Ravens. Bad teams stay bad. Bad teams stay bad. Wow. Dolphins are beating themselves. What a horrid sequence there for the Dolphins. Horrid sequence. Steve, I mean, hey, glad we have Tyler in Baltimore, Steve. They had Tyler, that kick goes in. So, kicking matters. And for those that don't know, Steve is Tyler Loop's father. Checks in with us here on Locked On Ravens. We love Steve over here. And we love Tyler over here on Locked On Ravens too. So, appreciate you tuning in, Steve. Appreciate everybody for tuning in here on the show today. We had our morning episode previewing the game. We had the crossover Thursday with Kyle Krabs, Locked On Dolphins. We talked about the Lamar Jackson severe claims that was made by a columnist, and now we're doing the watch along. We'll have the instant reaction after this, and we'll also have the Locked On Ravens squad show. Myself, Sam Njoku, and former Ravens wide receiver Kadri Ismail. We're all going to be breaking it down for you here after the game, but we're breaking it down here during the game on Locked On Ravens. So I love it. It just feels so good when a team beats themselves. But I do see Javon saying it here. We need to stop getting lucky and lock in. Got to take advantage of the opportunities. I hear you, Javon, for sure. I guess all you can do, right, is if you get lucky as a team, all you can do is lock in and go score on it. Go score on it. Drive down the field. Ravens have all the momentum right now. Also, I see that my tweet about Jair Alexander. Jair is a healthy scratch again. I said that they just trade him if they're not going to play him. Situation's really weird. You know, he said he's a healthy scratch. Ian Rappaport said, and I saw people were saying like, no, they're getting him ready for the playoffs. But you need some ramp up time here, and you want to get him as much experience in this defense as possible. I mean, I think he can still help your team out. So, if you're not going to use him, and the plan isn't to get him, ready for the playoffs and use them in the playoffs, then I would trade him for edge help or defensive line help or offensive line help. So I don't know what the deal is there. I don't know what the plan is there, but I guess we'll see. 1st and 10, handoff to Derrick Henry. The Dolphins are sniffing out these Henry runs tonight. Short gain, maybe half a yard on that one. Offensive line struggling here. Let's see. They're showing the replay of this one. Yeah, Stanley just gets pushed back and, into Henry's space, and he has to cut back inside. Is that Chop Robinson? Yeah, it's Chop Robinson who pushes Stanley back into Henry's space, and there's not really a lot you can do there. So 2nd and 9 here. Try to get some short yards here for 3rd down. Dolphins sending some pressure. Lamar going to fire it out to Zay, who is going to pick up the first. Good jukes from Zay there. First game for Zay back in South Florida since high school. So, and I'll tell you, the Ravens need to pay Zay Flowers. I'm not sure they're going to, but in my opinion, they absolutely should. They absolutely need to pay Zay. So he's going to command upwards of $30 million. I'm predicting it now. Ravens have never paid a receiver that much money. I think Zay is a good one to pay. So, all right, here we go. Henry gonna pick up more yards on this one. That was better. They ran it to the right. So, going to be 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6. There's Todd Monken. This game has flown by. It always feels like the first quarter of these games flies by for some reason. I don't know why. 50 seconds left to go. 2nd and 4 for the Ravens here. I'd run it again. Oh, here's Lamar. Oh, he kept that one, and he's going to get swung down. He actually, I think he picked up a yard because they swung him down past the line of scrimmage. He didn't touch, but even still, the Ravens will have to run one more play here before the end of the first quarter, so 3rd down will have to be snapped here. Lamar could have pitched it out. I mean, the Dolphins had that one. The Dolphins are having a lot of success on the Ravens' run plays so far in this game for the most part. Is that Adam Butler? So 3rd and 4. Ravens will have to snap this ball. Play clock and game clock separated by 2 seconds. Some confusion for the Dolphins on this 3rd down, it looks like. Some one-on-ones. Looks like man here. Lamar going to be looking. He escapes, and he's going to fire this out to Likely, who's going to take this ball. Huge play from Isaiah Likely. He's back. Man, the Dolphins were close to Lamar on that play. I'm not going to lie. They were close to Lamar on that play. Huge play from Likely. Likely's been kind of MIA here as he's worked his way back from that foot injury. He's had to deal with, Cooper Rush and Tyler Huntley. So really good to see Lamar and Likely connecting on that one. Lamar to Likely. Can you actually hold on? Can you is there a L letter emoji? There has to be, right? There's just a letter L, like the alphabet. They have alphabet emojis, don't they? Okay, well, I typed in L, and they are just showing me every single L thing ever. You 100% can do letters. You can do numbers, right? Can you not do letters? Can you actually not do letters? That's crazy if you can't actually do letters. Wow, I guess you can't do letters unless I'm just not seeing it. That's pretty crazy. Well, appreciate everybody for being here, even through the emoji gate here on Locked On Ravens. We're 5 days a week here on Locked On Ravens. So Monday through Friday, we have you covered with Ravens coverage and content. 6 a.m. Eastern times when our show comes out. We'll, of course, have a show tomorrow. We'll probably have some bonus episodes over the weekend because there'll be headlines coming out of this game that we'll have to talk about as well. So be sure you stay tuned for that. But we do the watch longs during every game. We have the instant reaction shows and the squad show after every game. So be sure you tap in for everything we have Ravens wise. Tell a friend, tell a family member as well. And you can also follow me on social media at Oestreicher34, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, the whole 9 yards. So, man, 14-3 would be a really good place to be in. Really good. And I'm looking at the replay now on the likely throw. And I think it was Jalen Phillips. I think was it Jalen Phillips? I think it was Jalen Phillips who rolled around and almost got to Lamar Jackson on Roger Rosengarten, but just missed the tackle straight up. Just straight up missed the tackle. So really huge play out. And Jalen Phillips is mad about it. All right, Derrick Henry is in the backfield on first down. Handoff to Henry, who is going to, he got flipped. Oh, man. You don't see Derrick Henry get put up in the air like that often. Wow. That was impressive. Dodson, it looked like. So Dolphins are holding the Ravens on the ground so far. O-line has struggled. 2nd and 7 here for the Ravens. Certainly manageable on 2nd down. Keaton Mitchell in the backfield. Let's see a Keaton Mitchell touch. Let's do it. Keaton is going to run to the outside. Lamar's going to fire this one. Andrews, double Mark Andrews on the day. Oh, this is the Mark Andrews game. Mark Andrews ×2 touchdown. The Mark Andrews game. I'll tell you, Mark will leave in the offseason, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the Dolphins just ran into each other. They're going to miss Mark next season. But the Dolphins just straight up ran into each other. Bad teams stay bad. Bad teams stay bad. And Tyler Loop gets the extra point on the board. I love it. Hey, we're having fun so far. We're having fun so far. You get 2 Mark Andrews touchdowns. You get some Dolphins miscues. I can't believe that happened. That's a blooper moment. Wow. Gotta pull out the laughing, crying emojis on that one. All right, here's Tyler Loop. Gonna kick that ball. That's gonna be a touchback. Not a great kick from Tyler there. So that'll be out at what, the 35? There's the 40. I'm actually going to see, did they have that play covered? Yeah, I mean, Mark probably wouldn't open for a first down there, but not a touchdown. Oh, man. All right, well, if the Ravens defense can get a stand here, that would be huge. That would be huge. All right, 1st and 10. Kyle Hamilton. Yeah, he is leaning off the edge there. Up, Malik Washington. He's gonna somehow get out of that. Tua's gonna throw a block. Wow, I don't know how Malik Washington got out of that. He was stopped for like 6 yards in the backfield and somehow ended up getting like 7 out of it. Hamilton leans over that line. Wow. That was a weird. Hamilton had like his arm on the shoulder backwards. Like, it's really weird. I don't know how Malik Washington got 6 or 7 yards off of that. That was insane. So 2nd and 3 now instead of 2nd and 14 or 15. Hamilton roaming again. Looks like he's going to get sent. Nope. We'll see. Here's a run. Achane going to pick up the 1st and more, almost to midfield. Yeah, look, last couple weeks, the Ravens opponents have gifted the Ravens mistake after mistake after mistake. But you know what? Mistakes happen in football. The only thing you can do is take advantage of them. So, oh well. I don't expect as many mistakes for the Ravens if they do make the playoffs in terms of, their opponents, because, postseason teams are generally better than, what the Dolphins bring to the table. Here's an out to Greg Dulcich. Going to be a gain of 9. Dolphins are, all things considered, moving the ball decently well against this Ravens defense. What the bend don't break is what matters. The bend don't break is what matters. So as long as you're holding them to kick attempts on every possession, you're feeling good. Tua's looked a lot better in these last couple of weeks though than he had earlier in the season. So, all right, 2nd and 1. Roquan's going to come off the edge there. Going to be a deep shot. Wide open is Waddle. Oh, and there's a flag. Oh, well, okay, maybe. All right, there's a flag. Who was it on? This is a big play. McDaniel signaling he's declining it. So is it on the Ravens? What is going on? Oh, it's because he tripped. Wow. Tripping 15-yard penalty. That mistakes galore for this Dolphins team because Ollie Gordon, he tripped himself. Man, the Ravens are getting lucky tonight. Ravens are getting lucky tonight. Wow, Gordon is pissed. I don't that's the wrong call in my opinion. I don't think that's the right call. He tripped himself. The coach is yelling at him. It was not a I mean, if that call went against the Ravens, I'd be beyond mad. No, that's incomplete. Incomplete. So going to be 3rd and 16. Dolphins going to have to try to get all this back here. Yep. See the foot and out of bounds. So here's a 3rd and 16. Ravens sending pressure. Going to be a screen out to Achan. This is trouble if they can't get him down, but they do. Roquan Smith with a heck of a tackle. Great play by Roquan Smith. All you can do is take advantage of the other team's mistakes. That's all you can do, you know? It is what it is. Ravens have had plenty of games where they've had calls go in their favor or against them. Here's Wester. Oh, Wester's going to get out a little bit. All right. Could have been stopped like the 5. He got out to about the 25. Yeah, that tripping call. I mean, this has the potential to get ugly very quickly. Man. I think it's gonna get ugly. I don't know. Again, the game has to continue, but I cannot get over that tripping call. That is very, very bad. But oh well. You can go up 3 possessions here. They're showing the Ravens schedule here. Yeah, that Chiefs Lions Bills stretch early was crazy. Ravens defense has not been as good as the stats will tell you, though. So the Ravens offense needs to get going, and the stats don't say they don't paint a good picture about the Ravens defense. So this offense needs to get something going. Here's a play action on first down. Lamar's going to scramble. He's going to get taken down for a sack, and that is awful. Lamar couldn't find anybody, got flushed out, tried to make something work, and didn't work. So Ricard, wow, you rarely see Patrick Ricard get bowled over like that. Bradley Chubb, wow, took Pat Ricard's lunch money right there. Oh man, long way to go here. Play clock down to 1-0. Ooh, that maybe should have been delay a game. Henry going to take this one up the middle. Wow, he got a lot of that back. Going to make it a 3rd and very manageable here for the Ravens. Huge. Trying to see what the third down is. 3rd and 6. That's very manageable considering where they were. Justice Hill in the game for the Ravens on this one. DeAndre Hopkins in motion. Maybe he'll come up with a clutch catch here. Lamar going to go deep on this one, and that is going to be incomplete. No flag on the play. Probably a makeup call for the tripping, if we're being honest, because Bateman did get held a little bit. Oh, there is a flag, though. Is that a late penalty? Bateman yelling at the officials. Bonehead move by Bateman. You rarely see that for arguing a call, but you can't do that. Boneheaded mistake by Bateman. Let's see. You can't really tell from this angle. You can't tell from that angle. That's probably a. I mean, he said some colorful words, but you know. Oh, good return there for the. Oh man, Jordan Stout has to make that play, and there might be holding on the Ravens here. Yeah, that's on Keandre Jackson. Wow, disaster sequence here for the Ravens. Just ripped him by the shoulder. Chop Robinson's going to the locker room. Hopefully he's okay. So Bateman got an unsportsmanlike. Tua looking, throwing, going to just throw it at the feet of Taven Bryan for 2nd and 10. Chop's in the concussion protocol, and he was covering his face with a towel, so. 2nd and 10, Tua looking, firing, throwing over the middle with nothing there. Going to be 3rd and 10. Ravens sent pressure. This is what they need to do. Just keep sending the pressure. Yeah, man, Chop covering his face like that does not look good. Hopefully he's all right. It's a tough loss for the defense, though. All right, here's 3rd and 10 for the Dolphins. Ravens have to hold them here. They're showing pressure. They bring 4. Tua going to throw it out. Achane. That's going to, I think the Dolphins go for it again here. I think they liked their play call the first time. They were going to get a big chunk out of it, and I think they go for it again here. It's going to be 4th and 5. Oh, no, they're bringing on the kicker. I would have gone for it. That's not even like, oh, Raven. I would have gone for it. You're not going to beat the Ravens kicking field goals. Especially if they miss field goals. So here's 43 yards for Riley Patterson. That one is good. So now it is 14-6. Ravens doing a good job at bending but not breaking. Man, yep, I hear you, HTH. They gotta block. O-line's been struggling at points tonight. But yeah, I see the comments about the defense right now, how they're holding. But yeah, that's true, prime time. Both the Dolphins scores have come because they've had awesome field position. And one of the Ravens scores did too, don't get me wrong. But, you know, that's the name of the game, right? Ravens will get the ball back to start the second half. It's my favorite. I love that. So yeah. Here on Locked On Ravens, though, we're a 5-day-a-week Ravens podcast. So if you're new here, we have shows for you Monday through Friday. We have bonus episodes on the weekends. We also, you know, we do these watch-alongs, instant reaction shows, bonus episodes, squad shows. Like, we have a ton of Ravens content for you each and every single day. So be sure you tap in with us, hit the like and subscribe button, whether it's video form or audio form, same show, so you're not missing out on any content there. Man, I'll tell you, Patrick Ricard getting his lunch money taken was not on my bingo card. You rarely see Patrick Ricard get his lunch money taken like this. Wild. Wild, wild, wild. Points on the board here. The Ravens need it. Ravens need it. Still can't get over that tripping call, but it's okay because the Ravens benefit. We're okay. We're okay. Yep. Let's double up. Let's do it. Touchdown, touchdown. It's what you want. Ravens have struggled somewhat when they haven't gotten the ball in good field position. They had the big Isaiah Likely play on that third down, but man. All right, well, here's the kickoff. Keaton going to field this one at the 4-yard line. Going to get pushed out of bounds right around the 30-ish, it looks like. So need points here. And you also cannot give the ball back to the Dolphins with time so they can put points on the board. You cannot do that. Cannot do that. All right, 7:52 to go in the second quarter. Dolphins showing pressure off the edge. Keaton Mitchell in the backfield. Hopefully we get a Keaton touch here. Looks like they're going to bring this. Nope, they bail. Lamar looking, going to fire it out to Keaton, who is going to pick up a decent chunk. Going to make it 2nd and 3, it looks like. So that's fine, you know. Nothing's available for Lamar in his first, second read. Throw it down the field. And there you go. Here comes Derrick Henry back on 2nd and 3. Patrick Ricard in there too. I'd run this ball with Henry. All right, here's 2nd and 3. Here is a carry to Henry, who is going to get stacked up. 3rd and 1, it's going to look like. Oh, that's a little late there from the Dolphins D-line. Going to be 3rd and 1. I'd run it again. You know what? I'd run it again. I know the Dolphins are having success stopping the Ravens' run game right now. I would do it again. Or I'd do play action. Either one. They're bringing in Charlie Kohler. Got the big guns in. All right. Play clock running down. Lamar takes the snap. It will be a run to Henry, who is going to. Oh, he's not going to get. All right. Well, this is why I'm not a coach. This is why I'm not a coach. Ravens are going to have to get off the field here on 4th down unless they want to get very bold, because the Dolphins will have time to put a drive together here. But it's not worth missing it. You punt the ball away here. Yeah, Ricard, guys just not getting their blocks. Yeah, Ricard's having a rough one right now, it looks like, on a couple of plays. So here's Stout again. Needs to be the hero. Can he be the hero again? Oh, just barely reached the end zone. I was wondering if that Dolphins player touched it. I was like, oh, maybe. But no, the Ravens are going to get a touchback there. Dolphins will have it at their 20. So, yeah, I don't know. The game feels a lot closer than it is right now. Like, I feel like the Ravens aren't playing as good as the box score, like the score itself says they are, and the Dolphins are playing better. And we can look at the stats right now. I'm actually curious. Let me pull up the box score really quickly. So right now, the Dolphins have 30 more total yards than the Ravens. Both are awful on 3rd down right now. The key storyline here is the Ravens are one-on-one on 4th to get that Andrews play. Dolphins are averaging a little more yards per play. Ravens, a little bit more yards per pass. But the thing is, the Dolphins are beating the Ravens up in the run game right now. 5 yards per carry for the Dolphins, 3.1 yards per carry for the Ravens. The Ravens also 1 for 1 in the red zone. Dolphins 0 for 1. So that is another key aspect of this whole thing that you gotta keep in mind there. So yeah, those are all things you gotta look out for. Man. Yeah, I'm saying bring back Kevin Zeitler. Bring back Kevin Zeitler. That's the trade that I want them to make. I want them to make the Kevin Zeitler move. I need them to do it. I need them to make that Kevin Zeitler move. Ay. We're going to see. But you cannot allow the Dolphins to score here. It will just ruin everything. The O-line's just not getting pushed right now. If I'm the Ravens here, I'm offering multiple fifth rounders for Kevin Zeitler. Got to go to a 4th. All right. This is a very interesting game so far. Yeah, O-line has been really bad tonight. So here's 1st and 10 for the Dolphins at their own 20-yard line. Brent Urban's a funny guy. The false start stuff. Here's Achane on 1st down. They're actually going to stack him up for once. It's been a rough night for the Ravens stopping Devon Achane, but they finally get him here. Someone's on the ground. Is that Hamilton? Hopefully he's not injured. He was kind of slow to get up. Hopefully he's all right. Showing Dan Marino. Oh no, Hamilton is down. Oh, no. He's taking his, what is he? Is it his calf? Knee? Let's see what happens here. Okay. He got kind of whipped around in his leg. All right. Well, he's walking off the field. Hopefully he's all right. They need him. It's a decently hefty limp. He's going to try to play again, I'm sure, but that was a fall. Yeah, false start on the Dolphins, which honestly is a better play because they had it. Hamilton's back. What? Got X-rays. He's got that dog in him. Got that dog in him. We'll have a mini bye to rest up. He's talking to Jalen Waddle right now. Second and 15 for the Dolphins. Tua's going to throw this out quickly to Malik Washington, who's going to cut it up the edge. Oh! Hamilton with the wrap around the neck. Whoa. It's not a penalty. He got him by the shoulder pad. It's not a penalty. Not a penalty. Third and 7. You can tell he's hurting a little bit. Third and 7. Dolphins have not been good on third down. Hamilton up towards the line here. They're going to send him. And there's a timeout by the Ravens this time. I need to find a replay of that Hamilton tackle, man. Someone needs to get me that video. Come on, I need it. I need it. All right, so now it's 3rd and 7 because of Kyle Hamilton. They're showing Hamilton again. He will drop back. Tua going to fire it out. Waddle with the catch. Ugh. I found the... All right, Hamilton. Oh, yep, that looked like it was going to be a big one from the jump. What is it with these Ravens? They're throwing people down by their necks. But that looked like it was going to be... Ravens sent pressure. Didn't get there immediately. Oh, boy. Yeah, just one-on-one, quick out on Marlon. Gilman misses the tackle. Gilman does have a missed tackle problem. Humphrey was going for the fruit punch, but Malachi kind of grabbed him out of the way there. So now it's 1st and 10 for Miami at Baltimore's 39, and Baltimore's now running out of time to maybe get more points on the board before the half. Malik Washington going to take this one to the outside. The Ravens are just covering people up by their necks here. Oh, no, it's an Ollie Gordon. Yeah, Ollie Gordon is down. Let's see. He just got rolled up on. Didn't look like it was a super bad roll up, so hopefully he's okay. But getting rolled up on that always is scary. So yeah, they need defensive help. They need defensive help. I want to see him play Jair. But I mean, you got to trade for someone on the interior. They're scheming up pressures very well, and I'm curious to see the pressure numbers after the bye compared to before them. But you have to also be able to generate pressure with 4, and just have guys that you can guard though. Kevin Zeitler. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, the neck tackles aren't great. I mean, they're technically legal, but I don't want to see anybody get hurt out there. Yeah. Look, I'm with you, Dynamo, but they are not going to. Browns are not going to trade Myles Garrett, and they're definitely not trading him in division right now at all. I mean, division, not at all. I mean, I'd be floored if they did that, but maybe a Garrett trade comes down the pipeline. I do not think the Browns trade him to a division rival. So, it's just tough because the Ravens are up 14-6 right now, but I'm telling you, it doesn't feel that close. I'm glad they're winning, but it doesn't feel good. If maybe I'm just the one that feels that way, but they've taken advantage of the Dolphins' mistakes, and that's what you should do. But even still, 2nd and 7 now for the Dolphins. Time is ticking here. Looks like the Ravens will have very little time if they do get the ball back to try to get points before the half, which makes it even more important. The Ravens need to stop the Dolphins here. 2nd and 7, going to be a run with H.N. He's wide up the middle, open there. And then they just, the guys don't finish the play. Was that Marlon and Gilman? Marlon and Gilman did not finish that play. Let me look at this again. So Marlon and Gilman have them wrapped up, and then they just let him go. That is not a good look. It's not, now it's the 2-minute warning. This game is close. This game is close. I don't know if I was the only one that saw that. I was just seeing things. I don't know, but I saw Marlon and Alohi Gilman wrap up Devon Achane, and then the whistle was not blown, and they just kind of were like, oh, we got him forward progress. And then there was not forward progress. And then Achane got like a couple extra yards off of that. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. I see Kieran saying they're playing soft. Daniel asking what I will tell you, Daniel. Let's look into it. Time of possession right now has been 17:33 for Miami compared to 10:27 for the Ravens. Kieran asking what's the spread for the game. Let me look on FanDuel real quick. FanDuel right now is Ravens 8.5. Ravens minus 8.5 is the spread for this game right now on FanDuel. So there was wide open space for Achane on that play. I thought he honestly could have cut it up the middle and scored. I'm very thankful that the Ravens are getting the ball to start of the second half. Very thankful. Thankful the Ravens are winning. Very thankful the Ravens are winning. There's an opportunity. All right, let's go over the positive outcome, all right? The Dolphins probably get a field goal out of this. I mean, they missed the short field goal last time, so, maybe they miss again. But let's just say the Dolphins get a field goal. It's 14-9. And the Ravens get the ball to start the second half, and they score a touchdown to open up the second half, and then all of a sudden it's 21-9. Then you're feeling really good. Even though the game has had moments and miscues and whatnot, you're still feeling good there. So that's the path. That's the positive path, all right? And that's what we need to hope happens. Dolphins, field goal. Ravens, then this is going to be a run play, by the way. They're going to try to run clock down. So here's a run play to Achane. Yep. Going to be 2nd and 9. I'm curious if the Ravens start to call timeouts. They are not going to call a timeout here. They have 2 remaining. Dolphins are just going to try to get this as far down as they can so that the Ravens don't have time to score, or as little time as possible to score. But they need to hold them out of the end zone here. They need to hold them out of the end zone here. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run to Achane, who is going to pick up a decent amount. He's going to fall forward. And it's going to be 3rd and 2. So now the Ravens will take a timeout. 1:10 remaining. They have 1 timeout left. 1:11, excuse me. And that's fine, because if the Ravens stop the Dolphins on 3rd down here, I assume the Dolphins will try to run again here or try a quick play action. Because if the clock stops for the Ravens and the Dolphins don't get the 1st down, that's huge for the Ravens. But obviously now you call that timeout, and if the Dolphins get the 1st down, it's whatever. You're just going to have to try to stop them. If they don't get the 1st down, then the Ravens and the clock is still running. You can call that timeout, get the ball back probably with like a minute to go, 55 seconds to go, and that's enough time to get tire loop and field goal range. So still paths here, but the Ravens have to get this 3rd down stop. They have to get this 3rd down stop. Passing, running, whatever it is. Here's Achane. They're going to stop him. They're going to stop him. I'm telling you, I'd go for it if I were the Dolphins. I would go for this if I were the Dolphins. So the Ravens use their final timeout. Roquan just gets a free run at the running back there. They also had Wiggins and Mike Green there, so that wasn't going anywhere on that 3rd down play. Dolphins could also just try to get the Ravens to jump off sides here. I know the Dolphins felt confident in their 4th down play the last time, so I'm curious to see what they do here. I think this is the right call for the Dolphins. Field goals are not going to beat this Ravens team. Here's the 4th down play. Tua, nope, nothing doing. That was the right call in my opinion. The right decision to go for it, but a huge stop. Terrible throw. Right decision to go for it. I think he just kind of jumped it a little bit on this one. HN didn't even see the ball either. So now the Ravens have 1 minute and 4 seconds. Lamar. He's going to run it out. He's going to try to look for someone. He's going to throw. That ball was tipped. Incomplete. So, look, I mean, no harm, no foul here. You get the ball to start the second half. They'll have an opportunity to put points on the board. Got to be careful with the ball. Lamar going to look. Lamar running around. He's going to find Justice Hill. He's going to get brought down. The Dolphins themselves are going to probably call a timeout here to try to get the ball back. They're going to try to stop the Ravens here. They're going to do exactly what the Ravens did. Scott Hamilton's contract start next year. No, it starts in 2 years. No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Starts in 2 years. Because you have the 5th-year option picked up. Ravens have Hamilton on the max $27 million cap hit until 2030. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous steal. This is a huge play. I've said that a lot. Huge play in this game. Dolphins are showing an interesting look on defense, playing a little off here. I mean, they don't want to get beat deep, but you also have to defend the sticks. Dolphins are going to send 5. Lamar with a quick out to Bateman, who's not going to get there. There is a flag, though, on the play, so we're going to see what that's about. We're going to see what the flag is about. This referee is clueless. All right, so they're declining the penalty. 4th down. Dolphins timeout. The Dolphins will get the ball back with an opportunity to put points on the board. Oh, boy. Jordan Stout. Can he be a hero again? Flip the field. Booming. Who is this? Malik Washington just does not know how to field a punt. Oh, my word. What? Malik Washington, 3 punts for the Ravens, 3 awful decisions. I don't know why you have this man returning your punts if he doesn't even know where the ball is. Man, mistake after mistake after mistake for the Dolphins right now. Really adding up. Going to be 1st and 10. Achane going to get this ball. He's going to run it. All right. I mean, you don't have any timeouts. Or no, you have one left. Sorry, because there was no timeout on the incompletion. Joe, Toucan is hiding under a lot of boxes. I couldn't get it before the stream started, so I'll have to find it for maybe the stream next week for the Vikings game. Even the banana hat, I didn't have time to field, time to get that. All right, so now it's 1st and 10. Dolphins at their own 31. Ravens are going to be playing very soft here. Don't want anything deep. Dolphins are going to just try to get some deep outs. This will be to Achane, who's going to just go out of bounds. There's a short gain, 19 seconds left. So 2nd and 9, 19 seconds left. Tua at the snap. Tua going to fire over the middle. I mean, okay, but they have no timeouts. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right, with 4 seconds left, Dolphins are probably going to try for a Hail Mary here. Four seconds left. There's not enough time to get a quick out. You're just going to have to throw this ball deep. Unless you want to do some laterals. Here's Tua. They are going to... All right. 1 second left. So this one, you just got to throw in the end zone. You just got to throw this ball in the end zone. So now you got your 2 deep safeties back there. It looks like they're going to bring some pressure, so they might just try to do a lateral play. Tua's looking, and he's just going to go down. That's a sack. Dolphins fans are... Look, the Dolphins are horrible. They're a horrible team. They're awful. They've been terrible for the entire season. I've been consistent in saying that. Ravens are winning 14-6. They will get the ball back, and they have to score on that possession. It's been a little disappointing considering who the Dolphins are as a team and all the injuries they've been going through, but I mean, at least the Ravens aren't winning the game. So... All right, let's do some takeaways. Let's do some takeaways. I mean, look, my takeaways, the offensive line hasn't been good enough. Defensively, they've been walked down, but they've bended, but they didn't break. They bent, but didn't break. Yeah, they need to run the ball better. I see that from Austin. Yeah, Manny saying O-line has been terrible. They have been. Yeah, I see. Look, if we're being honest, the Dolphins should be winning the game right now. They've just been they're a bad team. Dolphins are a bad team. So Ravens are getting this game gift wrapped right now, but got to take advantage of the team's mistakes. So Mike Green got the sack on that Tua play. 2 straight games with a sack from Mike Green. I don't care how it happens. But again, like, I want to see this against, because again, we're going to get a lot of these teams for the Ravens over the next handful of weeks, and like, good, right? This is the schedule. This is how it was put out, right? This is the order they're playing the games in. But, you know, I want to see them do this against a good team. And again, like, with everybody healthy. The Rams game was a solid game, not for the offense, obviously, but, you know, defensively, the Rams did make a lot of mistakes, but even still, Bears, despite the 4-game win streak, the Bears aren't a great team. You know, Dolphins, they're a terrible team. I want to see this consistently for the Ravens. I want to see them beat up on these teams that are bad, like we've seen them do in the past, but we also know that sometimes they do play down to their competition. So, you know, it's just tough because, you know, O-line wise, you need a change there, but I just think the Ravens are too stubborn to do it unless they trade for Kevin Zeitler. I just do. So, but hey, you know what? We're Locked On Ravens here. Hit that like and subscribe button in video form and in audio form as well. We're 5 days a week plus more with daily Ravens coverage and content. We obviously do these watch-alongs every single week during the Ravens games. We also are going to be live after the game for an instant reaction show, 15, 20, 30 minutes max after. Then we'll also have the Locked On Ravens squad show with myself, Sam Njoku, and former Ravens receiver Kadri Ismail. So you can tap in here if you're new, if you're an everydayer. Thanks so much for supporting me on the show here. If you're somewhere in the middle, you know, you watch sometimes. Thank you for every time you watch or listen to the show. Let's do it. Where's everybody tuning in from? It's a little halftime tune in, check in. Where are you tuning in from? You know, there are a lot of people from a lot of different places here in our Locked On Ravens community that we've built up over the last handful of seasons. You know, obviously we started this up in 2019. I started being the host of this show then. We added on video form in 2021. We're going strong ever since. So lots of people who have shown love and support, which has been incredible. And so, yeah, if you want to drop where you're tuning in from, I know we have a lot of people who helped this channel, helped this show grow a lot. So where do we got? We got Baltimore County, 4 hours away from the game. Got Houston, Texas, Illinois, Hawaii, which, yeah, Tua's home state. They love him in Hawaii, I'm sure. Yep, we got Los Angeles, California. I lived in LA for a couple short little stint. I did a couple stints out there in LA. I was in Venice Beach, and then Pasadena was where I was. We got Massachusetts, and again, so many others tuning in from everywhere. We got Odenton, Maryland, Martinsburg, West Virginia. It's awesome to see the community. We got Kingsport, Tennessee, Colorado, you know, everywhere. Hollywood. I was out, so I mean, I didn't live in Hollywood. Oh, we got Ontario. Oh, Blue Jay. All right, Hey, Daniel, Blue Jays 1 win away from the World Series. Obviously, you know, here I'm an Orioles guy, but you know, it'd be cool to see Tony, even though, you know, he's been injured for most of the season. It'd be cool to see him win one. Sir Anthony Dominguez too. I found the perfect spot to see the Hollywood sign out there in LA when I was out there for my couple stints. So I know some ins and outs of LA for a little bit, which is cool. Let's see. Where do we got? I see Logan saying Raven Bronco. Colorado. I'm a Nuggets fan, so I got some, you know, I've never been to Denver, been to Colorado, but you know, I'm going to try to go sometime to catch a game. We got Central New Jersey, Carroll County, in Miami next week. Just missed it. We got Vegas, Yakima, Washington. First time on a live watch along. Picked up the podcast during a long hike last summer, been hooked ever since. Mike, I appreciate you, man. Glad you could catch the watch along and really appreciate you tuning in. Glad you found the show. And thank you for your support. We got Columbia, grew up in Towson. Nuno saying, where's the offense? D show up. Hello from Portugal. Another Colorado. Yeah, Zemo, are you going to go crazy about this Falele performance? If you want to see, so Kadri Ismail, he and I have been doing shows together. Former Ravens receiver, Super Bowl champion. For those that don't know, he and I have been doing shows together for the last since 2021, I think. You know, first season I did the show, Q came on about mid-November. We developed a partnership and a friendship, and He's now a part of Locked On Ravens Squad Show, which is twice per week. We do it after game, so that'll be after the instant reaction. And Q is good for 1 to 2 good or funny or, passionate rants per show. So if you want to catch Q's rant, be sure to check into the Squad Show after the instant reaction show. Where else? We got Virginia, Dallas. Yep, Logan, shout out to the Nuggets. Shout out, 3-1. I need Cam Johnson to pick it up a little bit, though. I know MPJ is killing it as the first option in Brooklyn right now. Yeah, I see primetime 2 out playing Lamar is something I didn't have on my bingo card. I agree. Look, Lamar is just coming back, though, so I will give Lamar some grace because, he's been out for, a month now, so you do need some time to shake off the rust, so I understand that part of it. But, when every game is a playoff game, you got to shake that off fast. So hopefully the second half brings a little less rust and a lot more points for the Ravens. So, yeah. And I'm not saying, look, I see people saying he's not outplaying Lamar. Tua has made, and the fact that the Dolphins have held the ball for so long has played a factor in it, but Tua has just looked more crisp than Lamar has, and that's okay. You also can look at the stats. Tua has more passing yards. I know the touchdowns is in Lamar's favor there. I know Lamar's rating is higher because Tua's thrown the ball more and all that, but Tua's 87.7 rating, Lamar 128.1. So in that area, Lamar is playing better than Tua. It's not every single metric, but, even still, I think Tua has made some big-time throws in this one, but, he's had to at the same time, right? Lamar's been up. Tua's had to make some throws. So, man. Well, if you have any questions, be sure to put them in. I'll answer anything. Ask me anything. I'll answer anything. I see Daniel asking for third down conversions. Both teams have not been good on third down. The Dolphins are 2 for 8. The Ravens are 1 for 6. So not a strength for either team right now. Got 4.5 minutes till the second half kickoff. Jason asking, did Zay Flowers get I think he meant touchdown. Jason, no, he did not. It was Mark Andrews. 2 Mark Andrews scores. So Zay Flowers not on the board. In the touchdown department, Zay 2 catches for 17 yards on the day. But again, these Thursday nights are always weird, right? It's a short week, coming off a physical game. Thursday nights are always weird. Always weird. And what happened last time these two teams played in 2021 on Thursday night? So, hey, you know what? A start would be just get points on this drive. You're up by 8 points, go up by 2 scores. And then hopefully the defense will be able to get a stop and you can kind of go off to the races from there. Ravens are winning the game. Man. And if you hear the siren, sometimes there are sirens that go through. But again, it's all right. It's halftime. I think you just need to be more consistent, starting off defensively, obviously. But, we've seen Lamar threw low to Bateman on that third down and, the offense. But I think the key here is the offensive line. And I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but the key here is the offensive line, right? The offensive line, we saw that one play, and I think an encapsulation of it is, Derrick Henry, he, tries to run, cut to the outside. I can't remember when the play was, but Ronnie Stanley gets blown back into Henry's airspace by Chop Robinson, and Henry has to cut it back inside where there are guys waiting for him. There are guys waiting for him. So the O-line, especially running to the left side, Stanley and Voorhees, that left side has been a problem for them. So Kevin Zeitler, they need Kevin Zeitler. That trade notification hits, and it's Kevin Zeitler, and it's not to the Ravens. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be upset. Because look, we've talked about it, right? Offensive line wise, if you're gonna run the ball, you're gonna be an offense. Even throw the ball. Doesn't matter if you're Lamar. Doesn't matter if you're Derrick Henry. Best players at your position or one of the best players at your position. Doesn't matter who you are. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Barkley, whoever. You're gonna get stuffed because there are gonna be three guys waiting for in the backfield. Guard positions have been tough. And again, the problem wasn't that Falele and Voorhees won the jobs. The problem was that the Ravens gave them no competition to compete with. If they had earned those opportunities in competition with play and they show, hey, on tape, that looks really good, then that would have been fine. But now, you just kind of give those guys the jobs and it's kind of tough, right? It's kind of tough. So and I see the conversations. If Lamar wasn't healthy enough to use his legs, why is he playing? At least Huntley would use his legs. That adds a ton of the offense. Lamar's on 100% there. I see. I mean, I'm okay with Lamar. It's up to Lamar, right? Like I'm okay with Lamar playing in this game personally. I mean, it's up to him, and maybe we'll see more. I mean, I want to see the full game first before we talk about how often or not he's used his legs. I mean, he does kind of look a little stiff in the pocket at times, but he has rolled out. Sure, if there's an opportunity, he will run the ball. But I do want to see the full game first, right? And then we'll talk about that on the instant reaction. We'll talk about that on the squad show too after the game. So as always, be sure you stay tuned. We're here on Locked On Ravens for you 5 days a week. I say it over and over again. I know the people who tune in with me every single day or have heard it before, I know you're probably tired of, but I have to say it because there are new people who tune in. And, I want to tell everybody what we have going on and want to make them aware of everything that we have going on. So we'll have our Friday show as well tomorrow, 6 a.m. Eastern time. That'll come out. So be sure you stay tuned for that. Ravens will obviously start with the ball here at start of second half. There we go. 30 minutes. Can you hold on for 30 minutes? Here is the kickoff. Kind of a squib kick there. Ali's going to take this. Oh, Rashid Ali with the... And then the Dolphins guy got mad because Rashid Ali stunned him. Rashid Ali with the stiff arm, man. All right. Let's get a touchdown here, Ravens, huh? How about that? 1st and 10. Hand off to Henry. Wow, just straight Bradley Chubb. What was that? I need to see that replay again. Didn't look like anybody was, or did Bradley Chubb bail and then, are we going to see that again? I don't know what in the world that was, but Bradley Chubb just free, it looked like, and now the Ravens are in a 2nd and 8. Zay Flowers in motion. Lamar looking to throw. He's going to fire it out to Henry, who is going to be stacked up after a gain of 2 or 3. There was nothing doing. Dolphins are coming to play. I got to give them a lot of credit. I thought this was going to be a little bit more of the blowout variety for Baltimore. I thought they finally got their swagger back. But you got to factor in the weirdness for Thursday nights. Got to factor in the Dolphins also. They have their backs against the wall. So, man. So 3rd and 6 for the Ravens here. Still manageable. Looks like man coverage here. Dolphins sending pressure. Lamar going to run. He's going to run this one. He's going to get there, and he's going to get tripped up. He got the first down. He got the first down. Just barely tripped. Could have broken that for an even longer one. But the Dolphins essentially bail because the blitz comes and everybody else is taken up. So Lamar just has a free rushing lane there. So he's going to get tripped up right around the 50-yard line. But he could have gotten a lot more if he wasn't tripped up there. Oh, now a Dolphins player is down. Hopefully he's all right. I just kind of got tripped up on Hopkins a little bit. Dolphins are already thin at corner. Score a touchdown on this drive. Big third down conversion. Hopefully that gives them some confidence. Keaton, Lamar going to be looking, going to fire over the middle to Likely. Going to get the first down. Gain of 10 there. Keep driving. Keep it driving. First and 10. Keaton in the backfield again. He's got a Keaton Mitchell handoff here. Going to be a quick out to Zay, who is going to get stuffed after a gain of 3 there. So going to be second down. This is kind of no man's land. I'm curious to see if the Ravens were to have to go fourth here, would they go for it? Second and 7. Justice Hill in the backfield here. Sending some pressure. It's going to be a screen out to Justice Hill, who does have some blockers. He's going to get the first down. There were a lot of guys around Justice Hill there, but he was able to get the first. He said, there's Judon with his sleeves. You can tell when Judon's in the game with his sleeves. So first and 10, Ravens driving here. Going to be play action over the middle to Likely. He's going to get this first down. Dolphins sent pressure there. They didn't get home. Easy play. All right, so now you got to put this ball in the end zone. Now you got to put this ball in the end zone. Yeah, just Dolphins defender. I think it was Dotson. No clue where he even was on that play. Another first down. Got to put the ball in the end zone here. Here's a Keaton handoff. Going to go off the edge. Going to get a decent chunk. 5 or 4 yards there. Second and 6. All right. Now Derrick Henry back in the game. Lamar going to drop back. Lamar going to find Zay, who's going to, oh, what a juke move. He's going to be a little short, but what a juke from Zay right there. Going to make it 3rd and 1. Short one, honestly. I think the Ravens do go for this. Ravens going to go quick at the line here. Andrews, he will get there. There's the tush push working. Move it ahead. So now they have Henry pushing him ahead. So now it's 1st and goal from the 3. Play action. Wide open. Charlie Kolar with the touchdown. Charlie Kolar. Lamar loves his tight ends. Lamar loves his tight ends. Charlie Kolar's an underrated guy the Ravens have to re-sign. I'm not sure he comes back. I would re-sign him. There's no one goes with him. There's no one covering him. So there we go. It honestly worked even better than we thought, right? That was what we said here on the show, right? Dolphins kick a field goal. Ravens score a touchdown coming out of half. Well, now it's 21-6, not even 21-9. See? We just talk about things here on Locked On Ravens, and you know, we try to know some things. All right, well, 21-6. I'll say Charlie Kolar has definitely earned some money this offseason. I'm telling you. Yep. Good point here. 6 minutes off the clock. Now it's up to the defense. So we're gearing up, hopefully, for a fun post game. Game's not over, but 21-6. I'm really hoping they can get things going here. Jason wants that Zay TD. Jason wants that Zay. Hopefully next drive, Jason. Hopefully next drive, Zay can punch it in the end zone there. And again, really big. The Ravens will have the mini bye. Well, now this defensive drive is going to tell us a lot about where this game is headed. They can get a stop here. You're really feeling good. You're really feeling good. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So here's Tyler Loop with the kickoff. Ball's going to be taken and run. They're going to try to cut across the middle of the field. Should be a holding call here on the Dolphins. Yeah, blocking the back. Dolphins starting, but so the Ravens only 2 penalties for 23 yards in this game. One of them being Bateman. And look, they love using Hamilton as that blitzer. They're showing the highlights now. If they lose him, this defense crumbles. All right. Up. Tua going to go down on this first. That was Brent Urban in there. Little zombie walk for Halloween. All right. Brent Urban. Gotta love it. Here's second down. HN nowhere to go. Travis Jones eats him up. And see, this is what I'm saying. The Ravens are a momentum team. They're a momentum team. You start to get momentum if you're the Ravens, and the Ravens, they will usually, not always, but usually they will capture it. So now the Ravens, 3rd and 17. Tua, 3rd and 17. He's going to take the snap. Looking, going to just fire it out. Weird. Yeah, why not throw the ball 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 17? All right, I'll take that. Jason, that's the 3rd quarter right now. Dolphins fans are out for it right now. They're a terrible team. And there's a penalty. Or just a... I don't know what's going on here. The ref stopped the punt. This ref crew has been horrible all night. Both teams, by the way. Both teams. So here's the actual punt. And that's going to take a Ravens bounce. There is a flag. It's going to get... I'm going to see what the flag is. Illegal touching on that. This is another penalty on the Dolphins. Holding on the receiving team. All right, 10-yard penalty from the end. All right, well, that stinks. John, the flag was holding on the Ravens. So, yeah. Dakota asking KO, do you think we should be using Keaton? I honestly feel like Harbs has something against him at this point. I think they gave him some snaps early in that 3rd quarter. I mean, I think they should be putting him in more, but I don't think that it should come at the expense of Henry still being your bell cow. Should it be the number 2 back right now? I think yes. Justice Hill and pass protection, that's kind of his calling card. He struggled there at times. I think that at the very least, it should be a split between Justice and Keaton. Feels like Justice is losing some snaps. But, I would give Keaton anywhere from 5 to 7, maybe a little more touches per game. Right? Right? That's where I would go. So again, if you're new to the channel here, hit the like and subscribe button. We're here for you 5 days a week. Say it over and over again because I want to tell you about what we do. We're here. We got a Monday through Friday show, 6 a.m. Eastern time. Been doing that since 2019. Tomorrow's episode will be episode 1630 for me consecutively. I've never missed an episode dating back to the start of me hosting this show. One of the proudest things for me to say that. I'm doing this consistently since August of 2019. So we've added on so much, like the watch alongs. This is the squad show, the instant reaction shows, bonus episodes, breaking news shows, like everything we do here. It's all to cover this Ravens team. Win, lose, hopefully not ties. Hopefully not ties. So touchdown here would, it's not over, but put you in a really, really, really good spot. Really, really, really good spot. Showing some highlights. So yeah, I gotta commentate even when the game isn't being played. So I'm trying to paint the picture. It's 1st and 10. The Ravens get the ball at the 40-yard line instead of the 50-yard line. Here's a handoff. Henry is gonna get this one right at about the 50, 48, 49-yard line. Gonna be second and short here for the Ravens. Ravens have an opportunity to cruise here. They do have an opportunity to cruise, but I think one more touchdown sets them up for that. So you got to keep the foot on the gas. Keep the foot on the gas. And I know when the schedule makers made this game and they're like, oh, we're cooking so hard here. And they thought the Dolphins are going to be good and the Ravens are going to be, 5-1 or something. And yeah, here's Keaton on the outside. He's going to get this ball. He's going to get flipped up, but he will get the first down. Dolphins player got shaken up on that play. All right, Henry back in the game. Dolphins are trying to call for a timeout here. They did not know what was going on. Another mistake. The Dolphins didn't have their personnel in the game. This Dolphins team is horrible. Absolutely. McDaniel should be fired. Because again, think about it this way. We were talking about this with the Ravens, all right? This is kind of like a Dolphins conversation, but at the same time, we've had this conversation about the Ravens. You have a mini bye week here to make a change if you're Miami. The Dolphins are out of sorts. They're out of sync. Playing terribly. This is the week you make that move if you're the Dolphins. This is the week you make that move if you're the Dolphins. You fire McDaniel and you move on. The team is just horrible. And then we can say the Ravens got Mike McDaniel fired. 1st and 10. Dolphins are up at the line here. Lamar gonna roll out. He's gonna go deep. He has Flowers wide open, and he's gonna get tackled at the 10. That's a first down. Jason, I was thinking of you. I was hoping he was gonna score for you, Jason. Oh, he was so close. Huge play. Awesome pass from Lamar there. Zay just ran up. Dante Trader, Maryland product. Picture perfect play there. Beautiful play. So now it's 1st and goal at the 9. We know this Ravens offense can put up points in a hurry. Can they do it here? 1st and goal from the 9. Henry fake. Dolphins show pressure. No one's getting there. Lamar's going to fire in the end zone. And there's Bateman, but there is a flag on the play. We're going to have to see what it is. Is it a flag in the secondary? Holding defense. Lamar with a Jackson 4. Can he get to Jackson 5? Wow, what a play from Lamar here. Man, prime time. I can't get it right. I'm even watching this on I'm watching this on Twitch right now, so maybe that's what it is. I can't seem to get it right. I don't know. Man. So now you have a 28-6 ball game. I love it. 2 offensive drives, 2 statements there. Look, on that Zay play, first of all, a beautiful throw by Lamar Jackson, right? And then a beautiful route and a beautiful catch by Zay Flowers. You just got to love it. We're on. All right, we're officially on Jackson 5 watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a Jackson 5. We need a Jackson 5. All right. We gotta all manifest it. We need a Jackson 5. That play by Lamar too on that Bateman throw. Look at. I'm watching the replay. Steps up, maneuvers, fires, wide open. Lamar Jackson doing Lamar Jackson things. That's what we're going to go with. We are officially on Lamar Jackson. No, we're officially on Jackson 5 watch for Lamar Jackson. Need it. We need it. We need it. We're going to have a fun post game if this holds up. We're going to have a really fun post game. Man, Jason, I was thinking of Zay. I thought he was going to cut that up and score. But hey, the Ravens got the touchdown. Ravens got the touchdown. Man, Tom Munkin heard all that noise. Actually, I need to get my my video ready. I can't remember. There are 2 videos I need to get. See, this is like the behind. You see the Dolphins fans with the bags on their heads. What playing the Ravens does to a team. All right. Well, defense, do you have one more stop in you so that we can really break this thing open? All right. I need to focus on getting this video to the Ravens. And I think I found the other one with Kirk Cousins, which I know, very weird, but I tweeted about Kirk Cousins once. And that's how that happens. So here's a first down. Tua going to fire over the middle. Going to be a catch. Who was that? Is that Nick Westbrook-Ikine? First down. Come on. Defense needs to keep the vibes up. There's Hamilton disrupting plays again. Defenses are going to adjust to this. They are going to have to send a man at Hamilton because he's so disruptive. I'm curious to see what the Ravens do once defenses make that adjustment. But he is just so quick off the line. Even if they do bring a man there, I mean, you're in a heap of trouble. So, all right. So now let me find my Kirk Cousins. 2nd and 9. Two, one. They're gonna all right. Tua drops back to throw, gonna fire it out behind HN. And now you got a 3rd and 9. All right, I got my Kirk Cousins, everybody. I got it. Breaking news. Breaking news. I found it. We need a Jackson 5. We need a Jackson 5. 3rd and 9 here. And timeout. Dolphins just cannot get out of their own way. I need to find that bags picture. The show on the schedule: Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals. Got some Steelers in there. The Ravens sending Humphrey off the edge. Tua and Nick Westbrook-Ikine dropped that ball. This is a terrible football team. Dolphins are a terrible football team. They weren't going to get a first down anyway. Oh, man. The fans are... Yeah, the fans are going to lose it. Yeah, Nikes. I just couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see him losing to how bad this team is. All right, Jackson 5. Everybody, we need to manifest this together. We need to manifest this together. Jackson 5. You need to manifest it. I need to manifest it. We all need to manifest it. We need a Jackson 5 again for the vibes. For the vibes. Yeah, Daniel. They didn't have Michael Penix. They didn't have Drake London, but sheesh, I mean, that Falcons team has to look in the mirror. I also do have some Kyle Pitts stock in Dynasty, so I need Kyle Pitts to be good. Yeah, look, I mean, you need to keep your foot on the gas. HTH, I'm with you. Keep your foot on the gas. You need to do that. You need to do that. And Ron, I'm with you. Bradley Chubb on that plane, and I see Primetime saying, I think the team need a blowout win for morale before the 10-day break. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, you get the 10-day break. Now you have the opportunity also to figure out the deadline over these next 10 days too. Or I guess it's not 10 days for the deadline. The deadline's on Tuesday, but, next 5 days, 4 days, that's all really, really good. Yeah, Daniel, in my league, I put up 167 which in my league is like a lot of points. I know some leagues do it differently. I put up 167. I had Josh Allen. I had Breece Hall, who had 30 points. Like, my kicker did incredible. And my opponent, because our kicker scoring is weird, Chris Boswell put up 43 points on me. And he had Jordan Love. He had, who else did he have? He had Troy Franklin, who had like the fakest game I've ever seen. I lost 177 to 167. It's those games, right, where you put up like the second highest scoring league total that week, and then you play the team who had the highest scoring point total. So look, and hey, I'm full disclosure, I'm playing Lamar in fantasy this week, but obviously it's Ravens over fantasy, right? Like it's Ravens over fantasy. I want Lamar to get this Jackson 5. I don't care how many points he puts up against me. I want Lamar to continue to cook here, right? I want him to continue to cook. But it would be, it always feels like whenever a player plays against me in fantasy, they have the game of their life. So maybe this is my fantasy doing, helping Lamar out here a little bit, which, hey, you know what? If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. All right. Well, 1st and 10. I need to find my Jackson 5 picture. Oh, no. Just in case we get there, you got to think ahead. Derrick Henry going to bounce this to the outside. Oh, he has blockers. Henry's going to look at him run. Henry he finally breaks one. He finally breaks one. And we are, man, we're really in Jackson 5 territory right now. Henry just bounces it to the outside. Oh, Zay could have gotten flagged for a crackback there. He didn't really get a lot of the guy, but that's textbook. You cannot go back and do a guy. Lamar, please. Lamar Jackson. All right. 2nd and 9. Here's Justice. Do not ruin the Jackson 5. Pick up this 3rd down. Honestly, go for it on 4th down. Minutes ago in the 3rd quarter. Justice has been rough this year. All right, Lamar back to throw. He's going to air this one out. It's going to be incomplete. Yeah, no flag on that play. Go for it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't go for it. Don't go for it. All right. Well, Jordan Stout, let's see if he can put together a solid punt here. Here we go. Malik Washington, who's had an awful night. Inside the 10. Nice punt there from Jordan Stout. Very nice. All right. We need to manifest a little harder next time. All right. That's on me. All right. I think I was too focused finding my Kirk Cousins video. The video is not even of Kirk Cousins, by the way. But I was spending a little too much time finding the Kirk Cousins video. All right, we need to manifest harder for the Jackson 5 next time. That's all right, though. We'll lock in. 19 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Tua out to Malik Washington. Gilman misses a tackle in Washington. All right, Alohi Gilman has a huge tackling problem. The clock will run out here on the third quarter. Ravens up 28-6. I don't know if we're gonna get some Tyler Huntley time. It's if they don't score here, it's definitely possible. It is definitely possible. Yeah, John, it was Alohi. It was Gilman. It's all right. No worries. Don't worry about it. Well, hey, it's start of the fourth quarter. The Baltimore Ravens have entered the fourth quarter. We got to put that out too. The Baltimore Ravens have entered the fourth quarter with a multi-touchdown lead. This is a scary hours right now. I mean, look, you got to stop them here a little bit, right? But we're going to react to this after the game. Be sure you tap in with us live. We're going to be about 15 or 20 minutes after, maybe 30 max, as we want to get some press conferences going and stuff to talk about during the post game too. But we'll have that after the watch along after the game is over, and then we'll have the Locked On Ravens watch along, or excuse me, the squad show. This is the watch along. We'll have the Locked On Ravens squad show with myself, Sam Njoku, and former Ravens receiver Kaji Ismail. That'll be after the instant reaction show. And then, of course, you can tap in the morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time. I will have an episode out for you breaking down the biggest storylines in Dolphins game as well. Hopefully celebrating a big, big win. And the Ravens, if they win this game, the schedule, it lines up for them really well, but also in a couple of different areas that I don't think people are talking a lot about. One of them being the mini bye. This mini bye is going to be huge for them in order to get Lamar, as back to healthy as possible. I know, he's on the field right now, but like making him feel even better. Hamilton got a little dinged up in this one. So it's like those types of injuries, you can nurse them during a mini bye week. So we'll talk about those storylines as well. Simo, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm trying to revert. We successfully did the Locked On Ravens reverse jinx last week with the Bears. So I'm hoping whether we jinx, reverse jinx, I'm a very superstitious person here, as I've said. That's all stuff that is this the Derrick Henry commercial that I'm looking at right now? It is. It is. Well, so yeah, hit the like and subscribe button if you want some 5-day week Daily Ravens coverage, or even if you have a friend or a family member, like you've been tuning in for a while, or you found the show and you're new here and you have a friend or a family member, maybe your family's Ravens fans, or you have a friend who's a Ravens fan and they're looking for daily Ravens coverage, be sure to send them over our way here, because every single weekday we have a show. We have daily content for you on the YouTube side of things. We put out shorts and other stuff, audio version. We have that form of too, the same show, audio and video. So we're trying to build up this community as big as we can, and we've done a great job so far. We're looking to add to it every single day. Tua drops back, throws over the middle to Greg Dulcich, who catches that ball over the middle for a couple of yards. Laura, I want to say it, but we're not going to say it. We learned from week one. We learned from week one. We're not going to say the game is over. Things can happen. Dolphins fans are clowning this team right now. The Dolphins are clowning their own team. It's bad. It's bad in Miami right now, right? It's bad. All right, Tua to the outside. Nick Westbrook-Ikine is going to get that first down. Look, Tua hasn't played terribly tonight. The problem is in big spots he hasn't had it. It's been okay. He's made some good throws. He's also had some bad moments. Tua back to throw. Achane is gonna. Oh, what a play! That's that wheel route, running back wheel route. Buchanan, Achane. Look, I'm very happy that the Ravens will not have to face Devon Achane after this game. I'm very happy that we can put this behind us and not have to see him again this season, because this man is unbelievable. Don't let your foot up off the gas. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Are they challenging this? Let's see. Does the ball aid in the process of the completion? That ball is moving. The ball is moving. Let me see it from this angle. You can't really tell from the second angle. That ball was moving though. All right, in the chat, tell me, what do you think? I would probably say there's nothing. And actually, I have to give a shout out because Junior Joe here, so the episodes premiere in the mornings at 6 a.m. and sometimes I'm up for when they premiere, and I'll check in the chat after because I don't see her. I show the chat replay, and Junior Joe's in there. So I got to give Joe, what's up, man? I appreciate you for being part of the morning squad. And even if you're not a part of the morning squad, you listen to watch the show, or you listen to it when you wake up, when you drive to work, in the afternoons, at nighttime before you go to bed, whenever you watch or listen to it, at dinner maybe, any time or any way you listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So shout out to the morning squad, the afternoon squad, the night squad, anytime you listen or watch. We appreciate you here. I appreciate you here at Locked On Ravens. I don't know. I mean, there might not be enough evidence to overturn this one. I did see the ball moving though. But all right, I'm gonna look at the replay here on my computer. All right, so ball's down there. The ball is moving, but you'd have to bank on it being that it hit the ground right as the first movement happened. That's a really weird thing to bank on. I mean, it is what it is. And Joe, yeah, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate you checking in, man. Always, always. There is a chance this gets overturned, but I wouldn't bet on it. If there was a prop over on FanDuel, I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it. I mean, I would probably say there's like a 25% chance they win it because there is that like moment where the ball hits the ground, but you have to bank on them seeing that it hit the ground. And there's not a lot there. So there's a chance for sure. Oh, sorry, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, they won it. They saw that it hit the ground here. Maybe this is the angle. Let's see. They didn't show. Yep, this angle's better. They didn't show that angle. That angle 100% shows it. There it is. So the Ravens, John Harbaugh has won a challenge. It's a Halloween miracle. Tua to the outside. Dulcich, he will pick up 9, it looks like. Nikes, man, put some respect on John's name. Hey, man, he did it. He won a challenge. We're here. Lots of milestones tonight. All right. Third one. Tua back to throw. He's going to fire over the middle. Roquan. Oh! Roquan just missed it. This team needs to stop dropping interceptions. They need to stop. He read that one like a book. He was lurking. Really great play by Roquan. Actually, I very quickly need to put out this Damian Lillard video. 4th and 1, Ravens. He caught that. Oh my, what a catch. That was wild. That, I mean, you couldn't play that better if you were Marlon. He just barely timed it off. All right, Tua on first down. He's going to fire this out. Jalen Waddle with the catch. Jalen Waddle's so awesome. I actually need to. 3rd and 2 coming up, incompletion there. I need to screenshot this for Insta. See, I'm trying to get the Instagram game going a little bit more. I need to screenshot this video. Well, I'm not doing it very well. Here's a flag. Here's the grounding call. Yep. Love it. He was still in the box. The Ravens, I love that they're sending this pressure. I mean, it just gives, there's no one there. I mean, I don't even know what Tua was doing there. He actually had a guy out there. I don't understand why he did that. So here it is, 4th and 2. Creeping up Hamilton towards the edge. They are sending pressure looks here. Yep, there's Hamilton. Tua looking. He's gonna... Okay. 3rd and 12. 4th down. All right, here's Tua on 4th and 11. Gonna fire that ball wide open. There's Waddle again. Man, Waddle is feasting right now. Here's Tua over the middle. Yeah, Nate jumped on his back. That's gonna be a flag. Yep. All right, 1st and 10. Hand off to Washington, who's going to take this one. Did he lose the ball? Wait, whoa. He lost that ball? Oh, man. Another turnover. How did that even happen? What? Let me see. Was that Marlon who punched it out? It was. He ripped that off as he was getting to the ground. No way. Man. Teddy Buchanan's been involved on those. Wrapping up guys. That's huge. It was Marlon. I'm looking at the... Yeah, that definitely was Marlon. Marlon Humphrey is back to forcing fumbles. The Ravens are so back. All right, and now we begin our actually. I feel like people are gonna get mad at me if I tweet it now. I'll tweet it after this next drive. Yeah, I can't. Was it Buchanan who forced it? Is that okay? I thought it was Marlon. Let me watch the video again. Let me look. Let me look. Let me see. Let me see. I'm looking. All right. All right. Did Buchanan get his hand in there? It looked like both. It looked like both. I honestly, like, legitimately, it looks like both of them. I think that Marlon ripped it and Buchanan had his arm in. All right, here's Henry. First down. Henry running. Oh, and now the floodgates are open. Now the floodgates are open. I'm just going to say, all right. You're drawing the ball loose. All right. Henry again. Let me see. All right. Who did the game give the ball to? Or the fumble to? Let's see. Are they not going to show me? So they credited it to both guys. They credited it to both guys. They said Teddy and Marlon got the fumble. Oh, Lamar. Oh, Lamar with the jukes. Man, I miss watching Lamar do that. I missed watching Lamar do that. Third and 5. All right, we need a manifest. Jackson 5, please. And I want to tweet the picture. Third down. Zach Taylor looks hurt, but Lamar got sacked. And of course, so the Ravens will punt this ball away. bouncer there from Jordan Stout. That took a Ravens bounce. That took a Ravens bounce. $28-6. Well, we're going to have a fun post game. It's appearing like, again, game's not over. I don't want to say it till the clock hits 0, but it's looking like we're going to have a fun post game, a fun squad show, and a fun show tomorrow too. So be sure you tap in for everything we have coming your way, whether you tune in for the 6 a.m. show or the instant reactions. And that's what I love about the community here too, is that, some people tune into everything, right? Everything we do here. And then some people, we have a different watch along community. We have the regular show community. We have a bunch of separate communities, but the entire Locked On Ravens community itself has been absolutely incredible. So, yeah, and we're going to have the instant reaction show after the game. If you want to tap into that, about 15, 20, 30 minutes max after the game, then the squad show. So hit the like and subscribe button, video form and audio form. Whole 9 yards. Whole 9 yards. Well, now I think it's time to, I'll start trying to make the title. Let's see. Baltimore Ravens. I'm just going to assume they're going to win. I'm not saying they are. I'm just doing it for the title's sake so I can get a head start. Dismantle. I mean, maybe. What's a word we like? Dismantle, destroy. Do we feel good enough about the game to say that if they win this way? What's a word? What's a word that I should use? If you have an idea, this is why you tune into the watch along, so you can help me formulate ideas for the show. So if you have a word, be sure to put it in there. Tua back to throw. He's gonna fire it out. HM. I see wallop, domination. Joe's asking no blow up for 2 wins. Do I put the 10-foot inflatable Raven out again? Maybe for the holidays, Joe. Maybe like Thanksgiving is when you start putting that out. All right, 2nd and 6. Tua going to throw to Malik Washington. He's going to pick up the first down. Yeah, Zay's still out there, but the Ravens are on defense right now, so he's not out right now. Zay Flowers, 8th player in NFL history, Derrick Henry, 8th player in NFL history to achieve 12,000 yards and 100 touchdowns. I'm pumped, prime time. Hopefully they go on his run. Would be a heck of a story. Heck of a story. All right. Tua back to throw. Going to fire this in. Oh, ball got jarred out, but incomplete. Oh, all right, Joe. Maybe not then. Maybe not. Maybe you keep it in the garage or wherever you keep it. So I'm trying to find the word to use for the show. Tua going to air this one out deep. Malachi Starks with the interception. Welcome to the NFL, Malachi Starks. There is a flag. There's going to be a block. Malachi Starks finally gets it. Oh, finally. Malachi needed that one. Malachi needed that one. Good for Malachi. See, we're having fun. We're having fun. And I need this replay. I need the Malachi replay. Come on, give me the Malachi replay. Is it Tyler Huntley time? Oh, Hamilton with the crunch. Man. All right, Lamar. There's Henry. See, now I can start putting out my Ravens to the Dolphins. This should just be 3 runs. Henry on second down. Yep, going to get stacked up there. This Dolphins team is bad, and the Ravens took advantage of that, and that's what they need to do. You could maybe make an argument to throw it here. And they're going to, and it's Kohler. I'm telling you, Kohler's going to make some money this offseason. I'm not sure the Ravens are going to have enough to re-sign him. I think a team's going to want him as their number 1 tight end. I mean, like Kohler on the Bengals. I'm not sure the Ravens can get Kohler back. I hope they do, but and here's Henry. Oh, Henry's going to take this one up the middle. Give me to Jackson 5. Give me to Jackson 5. Yeah, Dolphins are a terrible team. But this is what you should be doing against terrible teams. You did what you're supposed to do. Henry again on first down. See, now the Dolphins are getting a little tired, trying to bring him down. They're just going to run this clock down, and that'll be that. I'm going to say Baltimore Ravens make major statement versus Dolphins in week 9. Show their all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Henry gonna get this ball. All right, you can take these guys out now. I mean, lots of good things. Lots of good things. All right, here's Andrews. He's gonna try to get them all snap count. And pushing ahead for the first down is Andrews. And Ravens can kneel this one out. Ravens can reel this one out. Man. So goodbye to the Dolphins. It was a fun time. Now we can put this out there. We can get all the memes out. Woo! All right. So we'll do we'll do how are you feeling? The Ravens week 9 win over the Dolphins. Look, tale of two halves. I mean, Daniel, you said it. A couple other people have said it as well. I know that. I don't think, Jason, I think the dream is over. I don't think Zay's getting this ball. They're going to kneel this one out. Zay had a chance. All right, there's Keaton. And that should, I mean, technically the Dolphins can get the ball back, but it wouldn't be with a lot of time. So, you know, I'm not really. And there's the kneel out. Ravens will do that one more time. Really good win. Bad team, but you did what you were supposed to do. You did what you were supposed to do. All right, and there it is. Ravens, they will take care of business. Could be Mike McDaniel's last ever game. Who knows? But the Ravens will improve to 3-5, and they have a run coming up. All right, man, that was fun. Really glad we were able to react to another win. 2 wins in less than a week. Look at us getting spoiled here from the Ravens. But, of course, we'll be back here probably around 11:30 or so with our instant reaction show. We'll dive into all the storylines, all the headlines, and, of course, Be sure to stay tuned for that. So be sure to on the way out here, hit the like and subscribe button in video form and follow along in audio form. And of course, stay tuned for everything else we have coming up tonight. The Instant Reaction Show, the Squad Show, and of course, tomorrow morning we'll have our episode as well. So be sure to stay tuned. I'll see you right back here soon, really soon, on Locked On Ravens.